Welcome to this edition of the Quarterback Breakdown. I'm Canes Insight contributor Roman Marcianti and member of the Orange Bowl Boys podcast. Next up, Tyler Van Dyke. Welcome to another edition of Canes Insight Quarterback Breakdown. I'm your man Ro, and today we're going to put all our focus on 2020 signee and commit Tyler Van Dyke. 212 pounds, 6'4" gunslinger from Suffield Academy in Connecticut. And here you go. Last year, if you paid attention, you would have noticed that he was predominantly under center. And hopefully this is fortuitous foreshadowing because he's in the gun and we're spread. Empty set, 3 trips tucked into the field and 2 over here into the boundary. Now, as a quarterback, one of the things you need to realize, anytime you're in an empty set personnel, you're responsible for your coverage, and you don't necessarily have anybody else in who can block. And at the line of scrimmage, you're going to notice 5 in-the-box defenders. This is cover 0. They're showing a man look. Here's the only free hitter, and he's going to essentially come down late. And at this point, it's just 5-on-5 man up, backyard school ball. Now this guy, nobody's blocking him. And unfortunately, high-level sophisticated offenses, you could break this route off once you see him come down playing on that contingency. Because as you see the play unfold right here, if he goes ahead and reads this and has essentially a blitz hot look, he goes ahead and takes this on a 2 or a slant, and this is to the house, especially when you get the corner's hips to fly out open. Nothing you can do. That's 6-on-5. This is good. Now, here's the mobility. You say he's a pro-style passer. I'm going to beg to differ that it's just strictly pro because that's good footwork, and that is an impressive throw. That is opposite your throwing hand. He got his hips in line with the target, and that is a dart downfield. You make plays for your offensive coordinator, you make them look good, and that's what happens. Bang. I'm going to go ahead and speak at the beginning of this play, but I'm pretty sure Tyler Van Dyke's arm at the end is going to speak for itself. Here you go, 3-by-1 look by Suffield. They're getting combated with a single high safety look as you start to see that this safety's creeping. He's going to go ahead and attach to the 3 and essentially come down to be a curl flat or bracket defender. And now this is the combination right here. This is going to be a post into the back of the end zone. This is the right read. That's something I'm going to look for. Now, what complicates things, your center hits you a nice short ground ball to third, and your third baseman feels that. Come on, center, get that up. Here you go, and watch the arm. Bang. So I've been watching quarterbacks for a little while now, breaking down film, and, there's certain plays that'll make me go, wow, this is one of them. 3-by-1 look. Your left guard's going to get beaten pretty clean here, pretty effortlessly off the ball, as you see right here. The defensive tackle is going to get right in, a little bit of a hook. That's going to flush him. All right, and that's what essentially is going to have him use his escapability to get outside the pocket. Once again, go to his opposite side throwing hand. I can't stress that enough. As a right-hander, once you're rolling left-handed, that makes it so increasingly difficult. So let's back this up and watch this in real time, okay? What? My goodness. Even though TVD's in the shadows of his press box, this throw, it's a ray of sunshine. And here you go, at the field side, which this requires a big boy throw. You're going to see the X wide receiver run a stop, and your Y wide receiver or your slot run a corner. Simple smash concept, everybody runs it. But here's one of the things I look for. Right here, he has decided to go at this juncture to throw the ball. This is what's considered anticipation, and look at what he sees. He essentially sees a DB with his hips turned in the wrong direction. He sees a CB driving down, and this is going to require a little bit of an anticipatory touch and a little bit of a tight window throw. And here it comes. Bang. Good stuff. One of the big checks in the checkbox is, does your quarterback throw with rhythm? Here you go. Once he hits that back third step, there it is. Ball's coming out. And your deep passes, are they high into the outside where only your wide receiver can get them? Yep, that's a dime. Raise your hands, Mr. Referee. You know what time it is. It's 6 time. So I'm about to make a bold prediction on this clip. But before I get there, I just want to go ahead and set this up. You're going to see a quarterback that's not necessarily perfect mechanically on this throw. And what do I mean by that? He's going to essentially throw this comeback to the top of the screen, but as he does, you're going to see his body momentum. Do you see how his body momentum is taking him away from his intended target? Okay. Which makes this a little bit more impressive, seeing that the fact that this is a perfectly placed ball high on the outside. Now watching it from this vantage point, here's my prediction. This arm right here, that's stronger than Jaron Williams. Now, this is one of the reasons why I like to spread offense so much. You can see the Suffield Academy's offensive coordinator's mandate of putting pressure or horizontal pressure on the defense. You can start them to see how they're spreading the ranks. Now, when you have a quarterback with absolute trust and a cannon for an arm, he's going to make throws like this to the wide side of the field. You're going to see a post at the top of the screen and a wheel combination. Little bit switch release. Here it comes inside. There they go. And look at this confidence. Look at this throw. Outside, back shoulder stopped it. Money. One of the biggest questions I've received is, can TVD operate in a spread offense? And I think this is going to answer your questions. Because here you see a 3-by-1 look, but in more particular, you're going to see 3 field receivers outside the hash. This is something Miami never does. What it does also is it takes 3 defenders outside the hash with them, freeing up your box. You only have 6 in the box defenders. 4 are going to come, and 2 linebackers are going to go out and press into coverage, which I would as well when you have somebody, an arm talent like Tyler Van Dyke. And this is what you're going to see. A linebacker is going to peel out and play this slant area into a zone coverage. And this linebacker is going to play match. He's going to bracket to this X receiver. When you do that, guess what you do not have? You don't have the numbers to watch the quarterback in case he runs. And that's exactly what happens. Tyler Van Dyke tucks the ball astutely and gets into the end zone for 6. Can he operate in the spread offense? You tell me. Pocket presence. What is it? You either have it or you don't. I've seen quarterbacks with immaculate pocket presence, and I've seen others not so much. A lot of it, if you ask my opinion, might be with peripheral vision and just sensing when somebody's bearing down on you. But I'm going to go ahead and stop the film and tell you exactly what I look when it's almost like a spidey sense. You see his vision. His vision is right here to the boundary side of the field trying to work a combo. At the top of the screen, you're going to see a defensive end. He's starting to bear down on him, and he's starting to sense it. His eyes never looked in that direction, but he felt it. And what does he do? He escapes the pocket and then keeps his eyes downfield and delivers a strike. Does he have pocket presence? Well, in that clip, sure the hell he does. Now you see this play. I love this play. You want to know why? Because it just goes to show you that sometimes a quarterback just simply can't get mechanically right. He can't step into every throw. The defense isn't going to let him. In this case, it's going to be this Mike linebacker who's going to come in unabated, untouched, and provide pressure right down Main Street. And what does TVD do with it? Well, I'll tell you what he does. Touch pass dime. Bang. On one of the previous clips, you saw pocket presence. This clip is pocket discipline. How do you work your pocket? And this is how he does. TVD is going to go ahead, take the snap, and work up into the pocket. Here it is. This is where you'll see it. This is where he works. Perfect. That's how you extend plays. It's not always about flash and dash, spinning, juking. That's all cool in Madden. But in this case, sometimes just that subtle footwork gets you to where you need to be. And in this case, where does the ball end up? It's a 50-yard strike in a dime that doesn't leave his receiver short. I like this. You're putting all these arrows around this guy. Put the arrows on the other kid. He's the one who threw it. So here you go. Once again, spread concepts, empty set. Tyler Van Dyke has proven very, very capable inside this confines of this style of offense. And here you go once again. You're going to see good pocket presence, senses it, and good pocket discipline as he's working back up. Now, at this juncture, you're going to see something. Moses, he just parted the Red Sea. I love spread offenses. In this case, Tyler Van Dyke is wait a second here. You played baseball. Listen, you were on our podcast too. I talked to you. I know you play baseball. What kind of slide was that? You know I'm not going to let you go on that, right? Slide. That's a terrible slide. Your baseball coach, he'd be embarrassed. And much better. Safe. Now, when I broke down TVD's film last year, his junior year film, one of the things that kind of impressed me was the fact that even though he has a baseball background, I really didn't sense that, kind of erratic arm mechanic nature that some of the baseball playing quarterbacks have. But in this case, it's one of the first times that I noticed Tyler Van Dyke's baseball background really playing a good aspect and avenue into his quarterback play. And this is what I mean by that. In this spread offense, you're going to see that this wide receiver is just going to run a quick bubble. Now, at this case, Tyler's going to throw a 5-4-3 double play. He's a third baseman, and this is what I mean by this. Look at how quick he can just shorten up his release and get the ball. Now, that might not seem like much, but in this case, when he gets his wide receiver the ball and shortens up his arm action, look at how much space he has with his DB, and look at what that space was able to provide. This is important. Getting your wide receivers the ball in space and getting them out the ball quicker can lead to some big gains. TVD just proved it. All right, I'm going to be honest. This clip, has nothing to do with the quarterbacking prowess of TVD. Nothing. It's just a little touch pass out to the running back. But this guy in this guy. Okay. Boom! His helmet. His helmet's over here. It's under the bench. It's under the bench. So this is not going to be a tight window throw. This is a coverage bust, but it's refreshing to see that if for some reason there was a wide open wide receiver versus FIU down along the goal line, that I have a quarterback who can see where yeah, here we go. Busted coverage. Nobody's even covering this guy off the line of scrimmage, off the ball. He's high school wide open, and that's why we call it high school wide open. I just want to go ahead and give kudos to the Suffield Academy offensive coordinator on this play. This is what we call a got him concept. In this case, you're going to see all the defense walk up. They're going to essentially bring the house. They're bringing a blitz. So the reason why we got him, perfect slip screen, perfect call, and this is going to go to the house. Looks good in the stat book too, Mr. TVD, but you can take your OC for that one. Bang. This is going to be the last clip of the night, and it's a good one. When the play breaks down, can your quarterback make a play for you? An offensive coordinator can't call a great play every single play. And as this unfolds, you're going to stay right here. He's dead to rights. This play is broken down. There's nothing you can humanly do, except there is. Escape the pressure, keep your eyes downfield opposite your throwing hand, and extend the play. That's impressive. Yeah.